I'm Dan Thomas, John Shaka, Hislop and Ali Moreno. We also welcome Gab Marcotti to the programme. What a show we've got for you today. A little later on, we'll be reflecting on Borussia Dortmund's win over Borussia Mönchengladbach that puts them 9 points clear at the top of the Bundesliga. But we start in Wolverhampton. Wolves taking on Liverpool. Friday night action in the Premier League. A win for Liverpool would put them back to the top of the table. Fireworks, excitement, drama. Before the match, 14 minutes in, Wolves with a chance here, but Alisson with the save.
Well, it's a good chance initially for Wolves, but it's an easy save in the end for Alisson.
Really, this game was done after 18 minutes because Salah would do this.
Yeah, rather routine by Liverpool. Mane picking out the runner Fabinho. He hits this with pace across the face of the box, and Salah takes that really well with the outside of the left.
7 minutes to go in the first half. Alisson with another comfortable start.
Warm up. That's pretty much what that was.
Here the ball given away in midfield. Wolves with a chance to equaliser. It's just before half time. Alisson with the save.
Yeah, it's routine.
Warm up.
Routine.
And then Virgil van Dijk in the second half will get his first Premier League goal for Liverpool to make it 2-0.
That's poor mark and optional defending by Wolves in the middle. But it's a beautiful ball by Mohamed Salah and a controlled finish by Virgil van Dijk. Well taken.
Wolves trying to get something going, looking to get back into the game. Really should have done better here. Alisson.
Yeah, just at times Liverpool making some of their own problems, but still, the finish desperately lacking.
Speaking of lacking a finish, what about this from Gibbs White?
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 papito. Goodness.
Oh. Comfortable evening's work then for Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, a 2-0 win. And it's a victory that puts them top of the table, 4 clear of Manchester City, who are of course in action tomorrow. Virgil van Dijk very much the star of the show for Liverpool. Craig Burley taking to Twitter. If VVV doesn't get on the team bus with a large Havana cigar, then he's doing his performance a disservice. Meanwhile, Ian Dark saying at this rate, Virgil van Dijk might be the first defender since Steve Nicol in 1989 to be voted Footballer of the Year by the Football Writers. This really was a great defensive display. That's how it's done, isn't it?
Comfortable. You want to look at a defender that is under control when he goes in a 1v1 situation. There were moments where Adama Traore was running down the right-hand side and he was about to take him towards the end line. And Virgil van Dijk was essentially saying, all right, Adama, go ahead, buddy, go ahead and take me on. He was there, under control. Everybody's huffing and puffing around him. He's just tackling the ball, winning it, give it to the next guy. See you guys later. We're done here. And that's how it was time and time again. And you see that level of comfort if you're everybody else around him. And if you're the goalkeeper, if you're the team, if you're Jurgen Klopp, there's a sense of confidence that you feel when you know that this is the guy that you have in the back line. Because it frees everybody else to do their job. You don't have to worry about what happens with Virgil van Dijk because you know he's going to do his job and he's going to do it very well.
Look at last year. After 18 games, Liverpool conceded 20 goals. Last year, this year, just 7.
Yeah.
What a signing he's been, Shane.
It has been. And Alisson has also helped in that respect. But as Ali rightly points out, certainly today has been about Virgil van Dijk. I cannot recall seeing a more complete and composed defensive performance than the one we saw over 90 minutes by Van Dijk today. Steve Nicol will point out that never once did he have to go to ground to make a challenge. Never once did he find himself out of position and having to scramble to figure out what to do next or to avert the next effort by Wolves. This was outstanding, and as Ali points out, when you play in a team and somebody has that kind of presence, it lifts a load off of everybody else's shoulders, and you respond. Your game raises, everybody plays with that confidence, and it's showing in the numbers.
Gab, I suppose people would say, oh, calm down, boys, it's only Wolves.
Yeah, and I actually think in the first 45 minutes, I certainly thought Wolves were unlucky to go into the break a goal down. I thought they actually played quite well, and I thought what made Van Dijk stand out, and maybe this is the real difference with last year, is I don't think Liverpool as a team played particularly well. We saw Firmino in basically playing in the hole again. I thought he struggled there. I thought Keita in that 4-2-3-1 wasn't quite himself at the back. You had Milner coming back from injury, being forced to play right back because of absentees. You had Lovren being Lovren. And amidst all of this is this colossus, Van Dijk. Certainly, he was left one-on-one in the open field against Traore more times than you would want if your defense is defending well. But he absolutely handled it. And I think he and Salah, but I think especially Van Dijk, were the real difference makers today.
That goal for Salah, meanwhile, puts him at the top of the leading goal scorer list. Now one clear of Aubameyang. Boy, he set a high standard, didn't he? Last year, and earlier on we were saying, he hasn't quite that same confidence, same touch in front of goal. Is it fair to say he's back to his best?
He's back to a level of confidence that allows him to score the goal that he scored today. When you see...
How difficult is that, Ali?
Well, I couldn't tell you because that's outside my range, first of all. Let's be fair. But just the idea that the way he just kind of flicks the ball on, a little slap and says, see you guys later. I'm here. I know what I'm doing. I'm under control. This ball is being played to me. Everything's scrambling around me. And in that very short period of time, in that fraction of a second, to make that decision and then be able to execute that decision, that's the difference. Mohamed Salah right now playing on the confidence, on the heels of the hat trick, and then he just feels like now he's just to the point to where he's saying, yep, let's go. Here we go now.
Keep in mind the conditions of the pitch at tonight's game. Very wet, slick surface. The ball slung across by Fabinho, yet somehow Salah gets his timing perfectly right. And as ridiculous as it is, as ridiculous as the numbers would suggest, I still don't think that Salah is back to his best. Certainly this front three, as a three, aren't where they were this time next year.
That's not his fault, though, is it?
No, it's not. But if you're Liverpool and if you're banking on Mohamed Salah and you realize that he still has another gear to go, yet you're sitting top of the table, he's top of the goal-scoring list so far, that is an outstanding position to be in because you know it can only get better.
Well, I think it's a reflection of the fact that the front three for Liverpool are not quite where they need to be. That we're talking about Salah maybe not being at his best because his best also was dependent upon Sadio Mane playing well and Roberto Firmino playing well, and that made Salah even better. But the fact that he's still scoring goals and Liverpool is, and I remind people, 4 clear of Manchester City, without us talking about Liverpool having played their best, to your point, I mean, what else do we want?
Meanwhile, 6th versus 16th maybe wouldn't be that exciting, but I suppose because it is a new era for Manchester.
Hey, I understand the message. And it's essentially the same message that if I were in his position, it's what I would be delivering to my players is you are talented enough, you're in Manchester United for a reason, now go showcase that. Shifting to the players now. There are no more excuses.
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the witch is gone. All right? He gone. He's out of here. There are no more excuses. There is no more, well, he's not playing me in the position I want. He this, he put me out in the media. No. No more of that. Yeah. Okay, so now let's see it.
Yep.
Now it's on the players. And to that end, I think Solskjaer is doing the correct thing and saying, okay, now let's enjoy ourselves. Well, the only way you enjoy yourself is by actually playing well and winning games. Let's see if Manchester United is good enough to do that.
What if Pogba doesn't start? No. Anyway, let's take a look at the odds, shall we? Manchester United favourite 4-7 on. Cardiff City 11-2. Simple as that, Shaq. United comfortable win?
United are by far the better of the two teams. I will point out, though, that Cardiff have been decent at home of late. Maybe that's a chance, but I just don't see it happening. As Ali rightly points out, I think this is a United team that goes and plays with a little bit of freedom, maybe not a whole lot of structure, but that'll be enough to get them by Cardiff.
Ali?
Manchester United in a decisive, complete performance, and Paul Pogba starts and plays very well.
Oh, it's busy. It's a busy few days now in the Premier League. I'll tell you that. Lots of matches coming up over the next few days. Full programme, of course, on Saturday, with the exception of Everton Spurs, who meet on Sunday. First versus second in the Bundesliga today as Borussia Dortmund entertain Borussia Mönchengladbach.